Johnny English Strikes Again is the third film in what is now the Johnny English trilogy. It once again stars Rowan Atkinson as the title character Johnny English. Basically, a cyber attack happens and all the names of all the Secret Service agents are leaked online, kind of like in Skyfall. So Johnny English is called out of retirement to hunt down the bad guy and save the world. Before I tell you what I thought about this film, let me just clarify, I am a big Rowan Atkinson fan. I love the original Mr. Bean TV show from the early 90s, and I enjoy the first two Johnny English films very much, especially the first one. The first one's kind of nostalgic for me actually. I watched it the other day, I still had a good time with it. And my dad is a big Rowan Atkinson fan as well. We both went to go see this film together. We were both really excited to see Rowan Atkinson back on the big screen doing what he does best, and we both walked out of Johnny English Strikes Again very disappointed. Now look, I wasn't expecting this film to be brilliant. I wasn't expecting it to be all that good, to be honest. And the first two films are not brilliant by any means. They're decent films that are made better because of Rowan Atkinson. I was hoping for the same with Johnny English Strikes Again, but the film is just so uninspired and so tired and so old. The humour in this film is it's so past its time, you know. It's all like this physical, buffoonish pratfalls that Rowan Atkinson is known for, granted, but it's just in 2018, that stuff just doesn't hold up anymore. You need to be cleverer than that. It just didn't feel like there was any real effort put into this film. I mean, none of the actors look like they're really trying, and I understand it's a Johnny English film, you're not going to get Oscar caliber performances or anything like that, I get it. But just in terms of the jokes and the way the actors execute the jokes, it just felt really blah. It just didn't have any wit to it whatsoever, and that's what I liked about the first Johnny English film. The actors looked like they were having a good time in the film. Rowan Atkinson and Ben Miller had some really great chemistry as Johnny English and Boff. But in Johnny English Strikes Again, that same level of camaraderie and banter between Johnny English and Boff, it just doesn't have that same level of memorability and funniness as the first one. And it just screams, you know, either contractual obligation or a paycheck film. Like, it doesn't seem like any of these actors truly want to be in this film. Either they're just doing it for the paycheck, or they're doing it because they had to do it because they signed a contract at some point. And the side characters were useless as well. Like Olga Kurylenko's character, she is in this film just so they can have a femme fatale character in this film. She comes in every once in a while, has some romantic encounters with Johnny English, I say that in inverted commas, and she just adds nothing to the plot whatsoever. Emma Thompson is in this film as the new Prime Minister of Britain. What the hell is Emma Thompson doing in here? She is much better than this material, and every time the film cut back to her trying to deal with being the Prime Minister and she's talking with the guy who turns out to be the villain, that just grinded the film to a halt, even though the film wasn't really going at full momentum anyway. It was just a very disappointing film, and again, I wasn't expecting this film to be brilliant. I just wanted some good old dumb silly fun with Rowan Atkinson's buffoonery, just like in the first two films, but it lacked the charm of the first film. It lacked any funniness whatsoever in general, and there you go. That's just the big problem with this film. It's a comedy and it's just not funny. It's just really unfunny, and as a big Rowan Atkinson fan, it really bums me out to have to say that. I'm gonna give Johnny English Strikes Again a 1.5 out of 5. So guys, tell me in the comments below what you thought of Johnny English Strikes Again when you get a chance to see it, and if you want to know my thoughts on some other stuff, click on one of these things in a second, and I will see you all next time.